everybody, this is Halloween Hunt here, and welcome back to another graveyard review. This graveyard review is going to be on the roaming antique clown. Now, this prop was sold at Spirit Halloween in 2016 for $69.99 or $70, as you most well known it for. This prop was featured in the back theme called the Hotel. You guys remember seeing it. They had this, the roaming Creepy Bear. They had the roaming Rosie, and select stores had the Ghost Boy also. This prop is not the most original idea. I mean, it's just like, clown that roams around, but I think it's actually a very cool one and one of my personal favorites. I like the audio track. I like the soundtrack it has because I don't know. I just like the voice. I know there's another like UK version that has a deeper voice, but they're both boys. But this one is more of a more high-pitched one. The other one's more of a deeper voice. And this one's a roaming one. The other one is a one that kind of moves like a Pan-Asian prop and on a motion net where the arms move back and forth. I personally like this one a lot better, but that one's still cool. There's the box right there. I'm not gonna read it off because you guys can pause it, and like read it yourselves. But it's a pretty cool box. It's not, it's a 2016 box. And it's not that big of a box either. It's a miniature size. It's about 3 foot, just a skinny 3 foot box. But now let's look at the clown itself. The clown itself, I think, is a very cool design. I like the face mostly. It's kind of like a clown doll, and it's like like the face has a few like makeup marks and just a few blood splattered on it, so it's kind of cracked on it. I'll get into the detail right now because why not. It has pretty good detail, I think. Here's the face. As you can see, it has some like marks and kind of not decaying, but just shattered parts right here. And there's his makeup and his eyebrows, and then there's his like soulless eyes. I actually bought this offline in 2018 for $80, but I used a coupon. I think a 20% off coupon because I had one online. So it was but shipping brought that up still, so it was still about $80. I actually did buy one in 2016 of the roaming clown. I got it on the clearance sale for like $30. But when I saved it for Christmas, and when I opened it up for Christmas, it was sadly broken. The eyes didn't work, and it just, after that, it fell apart, and it just wasn't good. So I threw that one out. That one's gone now, and I have a new one. So yeah, I'm glad I have a new one now because, that one's gone and it was just bad, and now I have a totally good working one, and this one works better than my old one. The hands are also pretty cool. So the hands are attached to this metal wire, which is interesting. The hands are pretty cool. There's nothing like too much on them, with the fingertips, with the fingernails, it has like little like dirt splatters, which is cool. Of course, not a normal, but like, a lot of classic clowns have little puff ball in their suits, which is a very nice touch. I also bought this because I was originally going to do a clown theme this year, but I'm not sadly anymore, so it's kind of useless to buy this, but I bought it, of course, to replace my old one. And this year, I'm going to use my roaming Ghost Boy instead of other clowns, so I already have a roaming prop I'm going to use. Here's the plug, and here's the base itself. It's just a regular base with a pole in it, with an on and off, and then there's the little wire connector for the eyes. And then the dress also kind of comes down. It doesn't like touch the bottom, but like it just kind of covers it up. The thing's also pretty loud in person. There's no volume control, but it's pretty loud, which is a very good touch. I know the roaming Chucky this year has a volume control, which is very interesting also. That's probably is more for the Chucky also. And another thing I would like to point out is that this is made by a company called Seasonal Design. Now you're probably wondering, isn't this Seasonal Visions? Because it has the same voice actor. It basically it says on the base Seasonal Visions. Well, I think because when I got this, it said SD Roaming Clown. I think it's because SD made Roaming Chucky. We all know that, I think. And the SD made Graveyard Doll. I think they are seasonal visions. They're just distributed. They have this. They distribute differently for names. I don't know why, but it's strange. But it's seasonal visions basically. It's just a different name. Like the box says, it uses sound and touch activated. If you touched it, it would move around. If you walk by it or make a loud noise, they'll like detect it and then it would go off, which is very nice. Here's his little scarf also, which is a very good touch to him. It's kind of tied and goes in the back. Overall, I really like this prop a lot. It's one of my favorite roaming props so far that Spirit have released, and I like his face also. And it's cool for a clown theme, cool for an antique shop. I don't know what you want to do really, but he works well. I think he works well more than most clowns can't work in other themes. It depends on how they're used, but I feel like if you can use him right, he could work in a lot of themes, which is very nice. He is a pretty cool prop. On the back, there's not really much. There's a little, I don't know why there's this here. Kind of like a little pouch back here. Not a pouch, but like a little Velcro. But I don't think it leads to anything. I think it maybe because, I think this, the sound, not the sound, but the relay switch was supposed to be up here to activate it, but I guess they moved it around. I think that's what it's for. I don't know really. It's because when you buy this thing, it comes basically fully assembled. The only thing you get to assemble is the I think this pole right here. But yeah, not really much under it. It's just a big pole with this, it's the stick with the base on it, basically. But this prop is very cool, and overall, if I'm gonna rate it out of 5, I can't really see what's wrong with it. I will say that roaming props don't really work well with haunts. I've had, many roaming props, and they don't really work well in haunts. So it depends on how you're using a haunt to make them work well, because they actually don't move around that well in haunts. They either get stuck, or something gets stuck in them. They're stuck somewhere. It just depends on what's erupting it, but it's fine. Overall, I think I'm gonna rate the roaming antique clown I would say a 4 out of 5, maybe a 4.5. I'd say a 4.5. I don't see what else is wrong with it really, just besides that. I know this is my second one I've had, and I would complain it's bad quality, but it's not the worst quality really. I mean, my first one broke. This could last if you treat it well, if you use it well in a haunt, because if you use it wrong, it would get stuck and stuff. So it depends on how you use it. But overall, the roaming clown's a pretty cool prop, and if you ever find one at your store or a Spirit decides to restock it, I'd recommend him. I know in 2018 he raised to $80, and the reason for that is because Roaming Rosie was returning online, and they decided to raise her price. But since the bear, the clown, and Lizzie were in stock at the time, because now Lizzie and the clown are gone. But at the time, they decided to raise the price because it would make sense. Because if there's $70 roaming props and then an $80 one, people would want to go for the $80 one, not $80, the $70 one rather than an $80 one. So that's why they raised the price. And that's why when I ordered this, they crossed it out because the price did change. But overall, though, it's still a pretty cool prop. If you find one, I recommend getting it. It's a very nice touch to any display, and he looks pretty cool. And even as a static prop, he looks pretty creepy also. I mean, just his soulless face also just is a good touch. I would rather say that $70 is a better deal for this guy, but the Spirit's increasing price is just not pretty, I actually was the last one that ordered this. There was one left in stock, and I decided, I need a new one, and it's gonna be gone after this one is gone. So I decided to buy the last one in stock. Anyways, guys, that's enough for this review. I gave it a 4.5. Now let's look into the demo and show you guys what it does.
children went off too. We were going to have such fun together.
There is the demo of the roaming antique clown. As you can see, it has a few phrases that are kind of in all, like not a few, but like a big long phrase in the one. And his eyes glow, which is very nice. It's like his eye, not his eye, but this light in his head kind of glows and shines up on the eyes, which is very cool. And yeah, really like this one a lot. And yeah, so I hope you enjoy, guys. And if you did, make sure to subscribe to Halloween Haunted today. I'm sorry this is kind of confusing because I had a video about a year ago about Roman Clown, but now I started making videos about Roman Clown, and that's because I got a new one, because my old one's gone now. But yeah, hope you enjoy, guys, and make sure to subscribe, and this is Halloween Haunter.
Where did all the children run off to? We were going to have such